Hello, I'm Kristen Lee. I finally got to that point where I'm out of content ideas. I'll get more. 4th of July kicked my butt. I don't know how it was for you. I hope you had a great holiday. Or if you're in Canada and you had Canada Day. Me personally, I overbaked, I overcooked, I overdid everything, and my body decided to just out on me. I was such a pooper. I was just like, oh my God. Meanwhile, I had friends like doing the conga line and all this other stuff. And I was like, go. You got this. But anyway, so now it's that time of summer where I usually get FOMO. Like, I've either gone on my trip or I'm getting ready to go on my trip, and it's that wait period for me. And I don't know if you're the same, so I figured I'd come up with some ideas so that you can get through part of your summer if you're in a slump. I know money is always the root of all problems. So some of the free stuff, I have free ideas, I have kind of like cheapy ideas, and then I have an idea that you might not want to hear. So the cheap idea, or no, the free ideas that I came up with is your local library has many resources of free activities or low cost activities to do. Most libraries do some kind of craft idea. Mine has adult crafts, and then they also have kid crafts. So it really depends on your area and what they provide. But it's a great resource to go and mingle with people that maybe you've never met before. Have your kiddo learn something new, or, just to find new things. There's also, and they usually have kind of a guide of outdoor stuff too. Or if they don't have it, your city website should have a whole bunch of free events that they provide. Hopefully. I mean, I know that some cities and some counties and things like that don't have an allotment of money to do the free things, but everywhere I've lived has had some kind of farmer's market that you can go and just window shop and check out things and go and try free samples. My website, or not my website, but my county's website, they have the city pool hours, when it's free swim, the hiking trails, bike trails, things that they do in the county and city run parks. We have a huge concert in the park thing every year. I think we're on our 50th year here. When I lived back east, they had Rockin' on the River is what it was called, and there were two. There was one in Albany, and then there was one in Troy, and I think even now Saratoga does their own too. But it's a free concert that you can go and just rock out and enjoy. And then the other thing on your city websites is sometimes with your public transportation, they provide low-cost trips to either a beach or to like Greyhound stuff. It really depends city to city, but in my experience, they have a whole bunch of great ideas for you to just go somewhere new, and then you don't have to drive, and it's low cost. So those were some of the free-ish ideas that I had. Editing me. So the other idea that I had was your museum. If you have any kids museums or just a regular museum, they usually have resources as well. So check them out. As you know, I'm pretty sure all the museums have websites now. So, and they have a lot of fun stuff throughout the summer. Low cost is if you want to go to the dollar store, pick a craft. If you're spooky like I am, maybe do like a summer-ween night and pick your favorite horror movie, or if there's a horror movie that is coming out on streaming. I know Sinners just dropped on Max for, I think it was 4th of July it dropped. But there's a whole bunch of horror movies that are coming out that you could just have a summer wee night. I had a blast carving my watermelon. I thought it was super cute. And then go on Pinterest and find a whole bunch of different like spooky treats and stuff. It'll be a fun night. Or if you want to go to the drive-in, it's not as expensive as the theater, and you get 2 movies for $1. And I miss the drive-in so much. We had, I think a movie in the park that I was thinking about bringing little bro to, but it was The Wild Robot, and I love the movie, but he watched it in school because I think they read the book, or they read part of the book with their teacher. So that was like one of their end of the year treats. So I was like, I'm not going to do that to him. He's already seen it. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, believe it or not, Home Depot has some really cool crafty ideas. If you're looking to learn some things for your home, they offer free or low-cost courses to do things. Check out your used bookstores or local coffee shops. Sometimes they have people come in and teach a new craft or trade. You know, I know that my used bookstore, actually they had to close because there was something that happened. They're looking for a new place, but they had something going almost every day. You know, from anything from D&D games to crochet groups to writing poetry, or just a writing corner so that you could, you know, bounce ideas off with other authors or aspiring authors. And then they would have like book signings and things like that. So that's a great idea. Barnes & Noble has some ideas. They have for your littles, they have a book journal, and you fill out the book journal, and when you get up to 8 that they've read, you get to hand it into Barnes & Noble, and your little gets a free book. And then Five Below has really great ideas too, in the craft area and in their new area. So those are some ideas. And then the idea that I had that you might not want to hear, but it's an idea, is to do the thing. I don't know what your thing is, but one of my things was I had a corner cabinet from my grandparents' house. I wanted it because I was going to put it in the corner where we have our wine. We have like this wine corner that there's just a whole bunch of wine piled on top of each other. And I thought, well, that would be a great place to put that. And then we can like unload our china cabinet, not closet, cabinet, and kind of like disperse some of the stuff. That was my idea. So I sanded it and I started staining it, and I got all the way to like the halfway point in painting, and I just lost my oomph. So my dad took over, and now it's gone from the wine cabinet because we didn't want to think about where the pictures and everything were going to go. And now it's a Lego cabinet. And little bro had a great time organizing it and coming up with, you know, which level was going to be what. And I like how it came out. I mean, we have doors and, you know, cabinet things, and we're not going to be using them now, so now I have to find a place to store them, but it has a purpose. So, or, you know, we have Lego sets that we have to do. I'm trying to think. I bought a whole bunch of craft stuff because I knew I was going to get into a lull, because I always do every summer. All of a sudden I get burnt out and I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I'm trying to think, there was something else. I cleaned out the garage. That was something that was big that we had to do. And like I said, I don't know what your thing is, but go do your thing. And I'm proud of you for doing it, because it's been your thing for a while, because you didn't want to do it. Nobody else wants to help you, and you got to do it on your own. So I totally get it. But yeah, so that was me rambling for about 11 minutes about ideas if you're stuck in a rut, and I hope you find fun things to do this summer. And I don't know, I'm happy with my summer. Like my staycation thing that I've been doing, that's been fun. And just relaxing. You know, I'm usually going all the time, and so it's been nice to have some downtime. So that's it for this video. I hope you're having a great day, great week. I hope you had a great weekend. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.